just wanted to say welcome. Appreciate you stopping by, getting the course. But before we start, I'd like to also say thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate it for letting me guide you through this journey on getting, your website together to help build your brand and, what you start in your trucking company, or if you already have an existing trucking company, see if we can help you look more professional online and on the web. So why do you need a website? Well, there's probably a few reasons that you do. One of the biggest reasons that I have seen, and it's funny, I just got a call recently about it, is to build business credit. I mean, the banks, they check everything. They check your address. They want to check your phone numbers. They want to see if you're listed with 411. They also check your website. And on your website, you need to have a certain things for you to look like a real business. So yeah, they want to make sure you don't have a Gmail account. And that's why the person I know, he got denied because he didn't have a Gmail account, didn't have a website. He got denied because of that. And it happens. So another reason is to add credibility to your business. It's easier to get more accounts and even hire more drivers if they can see you have a professional presence, not just the fact that you have a website, but what are you showing on your website? It almost look like you got more of your stuff together if you actually do have a website than not having anything at all. So if you have your website together, you have, it like, hey, you can get more accounts. The brokers will see like, okay, they have more of their stuff together. Or the drivers see like, okay, this guy is running his business like a real business. Another reason is so you can have a place to market your services. It's good to have it on Facebook. It's good to even talk to people in the business card, but where are you sending those people? You send them to your home, and your home for your business, if it's not the actual physical location, is your website. So it's a great place to market your services. And it's also a great way to start automating or creating processes in your business, especially for the hiring. There's nothing better than, all right, you're putting out ads for your drivers, but are they just calling you, or are you just getting a bunch of emails? Like what else can happen if you have it on the website? At least if you're talking to someone like, hey, go to the website, there's a button, you can start the driver application there. Or it could be a little bit more advanced where you actually have a funnel for people to like, hey, the drivers go through the funnel to make sure they're a good fit for your company before they even fill out an application. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that. But hey, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first part we're going to focus on is content and branding. This right here is actually going to involve you doing some homework. So I'm gonna go through it, and I'm gonna give you some action lists at the end. And once you fill these things out, this is going to make it a whole lot easier for you to go ahead and start getting your website together. We don't want to go do too much back and forth while you're working on the technical stuff. Let's get all the stuff handled up front in the beginning of the process. So while we're working on the technical things, we have it at our fingertips what we need to go ahead and build this website. So the first thing, I think you should have is just 3 or 4 sentences about your company. And I'll give you some examples. These are examples. You can glean from them. Do not copy them. This is not for you to copy, but you can kind of understand what I'm talking about these 3 or 4 sentences about your company. So this is D-Way Logistics, and they actually have more than 3 or 4 words. And this helps a lot because the thing that make your website look better is the content on the website. Having more written copy, have the written text is going to make it look better on your website. So how you say, I'm an elite transportation company, I'm a logistics company, where you're located, that all helps. When was you established? And you may not want to say when you're established, when you're just starting out. There's ways that you can word it so you can say that you know what you're talking about. What are you doing? What services are you offering? This truckload, less than truckload, expedite freight. What about your safety record? Just say your drivers are experienced, but this can go on and on. If you have any certifications, kind of put these things in here, offering competitive pricing. Like he did a real good job, with this about us on his site. And this is another example. This is for a dispatching company. And hey, we're supporting owner operators, small to mid-sized fleets. We use our innovative technology and custom dispatching web portal. Like, just a little bit about your company. A lot of people may not read it, but some people will, and you wanted to say and represent what your company is. And here's the last one from Royalville. They did a great job with theirs as well. Has been to combine experience, passion, and diligence in meeting demands, needs of an industry that is the very heartbeat of global sustainability. That sounds super important, so, you don't have to get too wordy with it. Just make it sound professional, make it sound, clean, kind of get to the point. And, if you have, 3 or 4 sentences, even if you have that, you can use that to kind of even put other text in on your website. So that'll be it for those examples. Next you want to have is a list of 3 to 5 focus features for your business. And what I mean by focus features, like what do you mean? I mean, what are the 3 to 5 things that your company is known for? Like what do you want your company to be known for? What do people should expect when they do business with your company? So I just put up some examples, and even if you're new, you can use some of these, like excellent customer service. Like that's something that you should be delivering on anyway, but maybe you want to highlight that on the website. On-time deliveries, friendly staff or friendly drivers, real-time freight tracking. You put what fits your business. Are you running all 48 states, or are you only doing the Southeast region? Or are you specializing in reefer freight, exotic car hauling? There's so many things you can do. And if you also certified in any way, definitely put that up there, because there are companies that focus on the bigger bids. They have to work with minority or small business or even women certified business or veteran owned business, when he's doing these big projects. So they may be looking specifically for you. So this would be a good thing to highlight on there as a feature. And this is just an example how do effective teamwork, reliable, we're ready to deliver it. So, and this is like an abstract way of putting it out. But when we do the new website, because I'm actually going to walk through how we do the website, it's going to be laid out, and it kind of helps fill in the website, makes it look real nice. Now, the next thing you're going to need is a domain name or URL, or the www. whatever your company name is .com. That's what the domain name is. So I'm going to give you a link to a web host, and they give you the domain name for free for the year. And after that, I think it's like $14 to $15, but it's not much. But you want to kind of think about, what do you want that domain name to be? You want it something simple, something easy to spell, and something that represents your company. And what I use when I do domain names, and really even social media and everything, is Name Checker. And the reason why I use this, it kind of checks to see if the domain name is being used, but also if the social media is being used. As a matter of fact, let's hop into that right quick. I think I already got it up. Yes, I do. So as you see, it checks .com, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit. Honestly, there's only a couple of things that I really look at. I really only look at to see if it's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's kind of, what I look for. And maybe even Google, doing a Gmail. So, but I do the Name Checker because they'll do Facebook, Twitter, and the .com. So let's see. Let's say we do like Super Trucker, and you just put that in. Don't put the .com. Don't put no spaces, and it's going to automatically go in with all these different companies to see if it's being used or not. Oh, Twitch got it unavailable. .net is unavailable. MySpace is unavailable. Reddit, and sometimes you lag depending on how well Facebook is doing for some reason. But I hate that it does not do the Instagram. So you're gonna have to check that manually. See if we can get it to do something else. TruckersRS.com. Let's see if that works. Unavailable for .com, Facebook, Twitter. So this is probably something that I'm probably not going to use, because I want to be able to lock up all the URLs. Lock up the URL and also lock up the social medias associated with that, so they're all consistent. They're all the same. That also makes you look more professional. So definitely use Name Checker for that. So let's see if we get back to the slides. Cool. And we did that walkthrough. Next thing you want to focus on is your brand colors, right? Now, what I use to pick brand colors is coolers.co. And I guess I go ahead and show you that. Oh, don't want to skip ahead, but let's go ahead and go to Coolers. Let's see. Coolers.co. Now, this right here is like a color palette generator, right? But they have this explore feature when you go to the top right. You don't have to be signed in to really do anything, unless you're just trying to save it with them. But really you should just write everything on like some kind of notepad on your computer or something. Now they already have all these color palettes where they're like the trending color palettes. You can feel free just to like, hey, I like this color palette, open it up and then copy what you need. But you can also go up here in the search bar and just pick what your favorite color is. Like, hey, I want mine to have some kind of blue in it. And we have all these different palettes and you just kind of pick one that you like. Just make sure it has a light color and a dark color. And don't pick something that has, 10 different colors in it. You're not going to use, 10 different colors. Really, you're probably going to be mostly using 2 and 3 colors. But let's say we pick this one, right? Go to the 3 dots and you want to open a generator. And the reason why we're going to open a generator is so we can get these numbers. And this is a hex number. This is a way for you to kind of identify the color when you're going to some of these other programs. So let's say, all right, go ahead and make a note. Just gonna put this in this notepad. So like, all right, this orange, I'm just doing like a Control C. I mean, depending on what you're using, Mac or PC, with the short key is going to be to do copy and paste. Let's say. Matter of fact, we're just going to put truck website stuff works. Colors, right? So this orange, hex number is that, right? The peach, beige. I mean, you get the picture. You just want to go in here. What was that, beige? Thing just autocorrect my joint? It sure did. And what else we got? We'll just say dark blue. I just like to make it simple. I'm not going to copy exactly what it is. And we got just regular blue. I'm just going to say blue. Cool. So just picked out a color palette, right? And if you don't want to overthink this, honestly, when you do your logo, you can just tell them what color. They'll give you some colors when they do it. Just, I like giving people some more direction. So it really just kind of depends on how you want to do that part. But we'll get to that when we go to logos. Now, you want links to your company's social media. So if you already have the links, go ahead and write it down. If you don't have them yet, then go through the process that I just told you about using Name Checker. So you can go ahead and get all the links to your company's social media. Go ahead and just sign up to all the accounts that you need, and store all the passwords and the links, because we need to use that later. Your logo. Definitely need a logo so you can go ahead and do a website. You want everything to look official, professional. A logo is going to help that. And actually getting the right logo. Don't use a very cartoony logo with a whole bunch of detail. That's not what you want in a logo. You want something simple, something that's recognizable, especially when it's one color. So that's what I suggest. And you can just get that done at Fiverr. That's an easy way to do it. I have a link for that as well. And I'm going to put that in the comments below. I said in the comments, in the description. And let's see if I could do a little walkthrough on this. Is because the problem most of the time with using Fiverr is trying to find somebody who can actually do what they said they're going to do. And that's why I like using Fiverr too. They're a good go-between. So if they don't do what they said they're going to do, you can get your money back. So we're just going to go under logo design, right? And matter of fact, you probably can even do trucking logo design. Let me see if that comes up. Trucking logo. Yeah. Surprised that even came up. Now, I don't go under relevance. I go under best selling. I want to find somebody who has done a lot of gigs. That's the way I go for. And I want to make sure the rating is high. So you want to make sure the rating is high. I go, 4.5 and up. And I want to see over, I usually try to go over 100. And just make sure that the logos that you're seeing are a style that you like. Like if you like this guy's style, and these glossy ones, is not really the logo. It's just going to be more flat like this, but they'll give you this as a render, and you can use that in different parts of your website as well. But all right, but let's go ahead and just take this guy because you got 4.9, right? These are decent. Not bad, right? 300 gigs. And you'll see what you get. Now, what you want, you definitely want the high resolution file. Got to have that. And you want the source file. Those are the two things you want. So the $5 gig is cool, but this is probably not what you need. You're going to have to step up a little bit. So let's see, we got high resolution, logo transparency. That's good. So you ain't got to do that in your own. And the source file, that right there is great. You get 4 initial concepts. I don't see anything wrong with that. And it's $10. You know, that's, you know, if it doesn't work out, you can spend another $10, or you can really just get your money back because it doesn't work out. You can just cancel the gig or make them cancel the gig. So again, let the Fiverr be the go-between. You don't want to overthink this. This is you starting up your company or just starting your website. And if you already have a logo, just make sure you have a high resolution. And if you don't have a high resolution, you can actually use Fiverr to find somebody to go ahead and make your file a high resolution logo, which, you know, I had to do before. But yeah, you definitely want a high resolution so it doesn't look all, I guess janky is the word. You know, this is a representation of your company. You want it to look as professional as possible. You want to be as clean as possible. And what makes it look clean is going to be your pictures. It's going to be, you know, consistency in your colors and consistency in your fonts. You don't want to look all over the place. You don't want a homeboy flyer looking thing where it's just multiple colors, crazy pictures, or it's pixelated, you know, where it's like kind of blocky. You want it to be clean. You want it to look professional. And that's how you do that. So let's see where we at now. All right. So you want to save any pics that you have in these. So if you have your own truck and you have some employees, go ahead and take some pics. You got pictures of you, pictures of your office building. Go ahead and gather all those pictures. Now, if you don't have those pictures, or especially if you knew you don't have those pictures, I have no way to get that. There's a solution for that. You could just use something like unsplash.com. Now, I know you've seen a lot of trucking websites. You may have noticed that a lot of the pictures are exactly the same. There's a reason for that. You don't want to go just snatching any pictures off of Google Images because you can get sued for using somebody else's picture. So you want to use something like unsplash.com, and they'll give you royalty-free pictures that you can use on your site. Now, there's not a bunch of them that you can use for trucking and logistics, but you know, there's some on here that you can use and you ain't got to worry about getting your hands slapped for using them. So let's go ahead and just pull this up so you can see. So this is Unsplash, right? And let's see, we'll just pull up, just do trucks. See? Oh, wait. iStock bottom. So avoid the top section right here. This right here are links going to iStock photo, which you're going to have to pay for. Go down here and you start to see some trucks. All these down here you can take and pick something that fits where you're at. These are more like European style trucks. You can take that. That was done in the United States. I would take this one. That'll work. This is another country, but you could probably still use this one because people may not notice, you know, that much that's actually in a different country. You can use this one. I would use this one. I would definitely use that one. You can use that one. I mean, these are all familiar ones. That one is as well. They're familiar trucking ones. I've used both of these before, and they're different. They're different countries, but it still fit depending on where you're going to put it at. So again, this is one of the reasons why you see some of the same pictures, because there's not that many pictures of, you know, trucks that are free available on the internet. If you want to pay, you get a little bit more, but I don't see any reason to do that. It's not like somebody's going to be like, oh man, I seen that picture somewhere else and that's going to hurt. I don't think it's going to damage your credibility that much, if you know what I'm saying. Now, that's all complete. That's the first section. Now you have some homework to do. So there's going to be some action steps after that. I'm going to try to put some action steps after each video so you understand what you need to do. And if you need any help, please reach out and, you know, I'll see what I can do, or we can get somebody to help you. So first thing you need to do is write 3 to 4 sentences about your company. We have some examples in the beginning. You can definitely look up some other trucker companies and see what they write, glean from them, don't copy them. The second thing you want to do is write a list of 3 to 5 features of your company. And if you can't, if you're having trouble with that, just take pieces out of your 3 or 4, your write-up, your about us, about your company. You could take 3 or 4 things out of that. Really you can do 3. It doesn't have to be 5. 3 is good because when you have 3 across the website, it looks fine to me. Next thing you want to do is just write down your domain name. After you go through name checker, go ahead and get your domain name. And matter of fact, use the link, go ahead and pay for, matter of fact, that's going to be the next video. I'm going to show you like what plan to get so you can go ahead and get your domain name, secure it, and go ahead and sign up for all the social media accounts. So again, after you sign up for all the social media accounts, write them all down. You want to get all the links, copy them in one place. The next thing you want to do is get a color palette from Coolers. So go to Coolers, pick a palette, just be like, hey, I want something with red, and just go through the palettes, find something that you like, and, just copy the hex numbers down. And then the last step you want to do is get a logo. Go ahead and go to Fiverr. I got a link for it below, and tell the seller to use the colors from your color palette. Now, if you didn't pick any colors, you really can just tell the guy like, hey, I just want you to do something that has some blue in it. And they're probably going to have blue in it, and that's fine too. They'll pick their own blue, and they may have one other color, but they'll give you what you need to go ahead and do your, you can use those colors as part of your color palette, just letting them do it on their own. And, basically that's it. So with all that, get your homework done. If you need any help, definitely try to reach out, try to help out where I can. And that should be good. See you on the next video. Peace.